welcome to this Advanced Performance Podcast. I'm John Bullock, and today joining me is Heather Wright.
Hi.
And today's podcast is how to maintain self-motivation. So, Heather, where are you going to go with this?
Well, before we start supposedly on that subject, first question I have for you, John.
Question, right.
What do you do regularly on a monthly basis?
Okay, what do I do regularly on a monthly basis? I think the thing that springs to mind is probably pay the mortgage, pay the bills, make sure that everything's paid and the money's right for the month after we've been paid, all that kind of thing. Really, that's probably the first thing that I think of.
Okay, why did you do that then?
Well, it's a given, really. It's something I have to do. It's if I don't pay the mortgage, then obviously that the bank manager doesn't like that very much.
Oh, no,
so I suppose it's just it's inbuilt. It's a given. I've done it for so long.
Okay.
Every month, it's just like you have to do it.
Okay, it's important enough.
Yeah, 100%.
What do you do on a weekly basis?
What do I do on a weekly basis? Okay, so I like to be organised, so maybe on a Sunday evening is my time where I would get my diary out and I would make sure everything is straight in my diary. I know where I'm going, what I'm doing for the week, and what birthdays are in that week, and so on and so on and so on. So organise myself.
So what do you have certain days, say on a Tuesday night, when you do something every Tuesday night?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So within the diary, I suppose within organising the diary, there are parts of my diary that are static. Mm-hmm. So Thursday evenings I coach a under-12 girls football team. My daughter goes to gymnastics on a Wednesday. We shop on a Friday.
Okay. Why do you do that every Wednesday, every Friday? Why do you do that? Why don't you just go, I'll do it tonight?
Good question. I think we do it because we both in the family we know, and actually we've tried doing that. Interestingly, because I coach this girls' football team, if you got 12 girls, you're trying to get 12 girls there on an evening. It's better to do it the same evening. Okay. Every evening, so it becomes routine. So people just expect that's what will happen that night.
Do you have a daily routine as well?
Yeah, I do have a daily routine, actually. Yeah, some might call me sad for it. But, for instance, I'll the night before, I'll know what I'm wearing the next day. I'll get it laid out. I'll get it organised. Also because of waking me children up in the morning when I get out of bed. But, yeah, there's absolutely come in, check jobs list.
Okay. And we do these things. The point I'm making here, and I'm sure everyone knows where I'm going with this, the point here is the really important stuff we do as a matter of course as a routine. You wouldn't expect to get up and not clean your teeth and not have your breakfast and not put clothes on. They're things you have to do.
Yeah.
And the thing about self-discipline, or the thing about self-motivation, is it's hand in hand with self-discipline. There's the physical stuff we have to do, but then we have to understand that motivation is an emotion. It's about mood management. So what do we have to do that day to be more determined? So from the moment we get up, we need to be kind of looking at that and going, well, what do I do? So when I get up, do I listen to a particular piece of music, or do I put the news on and let the news dictate to me, how I'm going to feel,
Which is never a good idea.
No, not necessarily a good idea, And as we move into the day, you wouldn't expect an athlete just before they're about to go have a race. You wouldn't expect their coach to leap over the barrier, whisper in their ear and go, hey, mate, your dog died last night. Good luck with the race. You wouldn't expect that because you need them to be in the right position, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
So for me, we've got to understand motivation is a mood. It's an emotion, and we have to learn to have a self-discipline to deal with that. There's stuff we can't control. While we're asleep, who knows what we dream of? But sometimes, I don't know about you, I can wake up and I can be a little bit down because of the dream I've had, or I don't know, something's happened.
Like asleep.
Like asleep. But when you put your feet down on the floor for that moment, there needs to be a routine, just as there is for cleaning your teeth. And the little things might change, like the type of music you listen to, or for one day it might be, on a Monday it might be one particular type of music, on a Tuesday. You don't always want it to be the same because it can become background wallpaper.
Yes, absolutely. So I quite like this term, managing your mood management.
Yeah.
I think it was you that mentioned to me, we often we think about food management and what we're eating, but in the same respect, this is about mood management. It's about what's going into your head and having that self-discipline and choosing the way that you want to be.
Just like you have your supposedly 5 fruit and veg a day, you need the other stuff.
I love it.
So if I was going to give somebody some top tips, my first tip would be, first thing in the morning, on a scale of 1 to 10, where am I?
Okay.
Yeah, how determined do I feel, or how happy do I feel, or how focused do I feel, depending on the mood I need for that day.
Yes.
Yeah, how calm do I feel if I'm going into that? Yeah. Then how calm, how determined, how focused do I need to be? And then my third tip then is, right, so what's my trigger going to be? And have that set up. Have it set up into the routine. So whether you wake up to Eye of the Tiger, or whatever the Star Trek theme, whatever it is, it's all part of it. While you're in the shower, is there something you can be listening to that boosts you? When you're in the car, what you're listening to that boosts you, and have it as a regular routine. It doesn't have to be the whole 40-minute journey. It can be 5 minutes. But it's absolutely vital for setting you up for the day, just like an athlete with their headphones on before the Olympic race.
Fantastic then. So very, very quickly,
Yep.
Get up in the morning, scale of 1 to 10, where are you?
Yeah.
Scale of 1 to 10, where do you want to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what's your trigger? What you're going to listen to? What's going to get that input into your mood?
Get it into your routine.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much for that, Heather.
You're welcome.
That was a Advanced Performance podcast on how to maintain self-motivation.